Thousands of Israelis gathered in southern Israel Monday at the site of the deadly Hamas attack at the Nova Music Festival 1 year ago. More than 360 people were killed at the festival, and that's nearly a fourth of the 1,200 people killed on October 7, 2023. A moment of silence was held at 6:29 a.m., the exact moment the attack began. Earlier, our Lana Zak spoke with an American woman of both Israeli and Iranian descent who escaped the festival site during the attack and is now sharing her story.
Natalie Sanandaji, thank you for joining us. So it's a year later. What does this time bring up in terms of emotions and memories for you?
I never thought we would be here. I never thought we would still have 101 hostages still in Gaza, some of whom unfortunately are not with us today.
Does this bring up also, I imagine, memories of those moments when you were fleeing for your life? Can you take us back to October 7th, 2023?
So me and my friends arrived at the festival, and I remember, we were so excited.
When did you know something was really wrong?
I think at around 7, after counting the rockets, at first it was 5, and then it was 10, and then it was 15, and then it was 20, and somewhere around there, the festival security had shut off the music and asked everyone to please evacuate to their cars. And the festival security starts yelling at all of us to pull our cars over to the side of this dirt road and get out of our cars and start running. And we couldn't understand why they would tell us to run from rockets. That didn't make much sense. And that's when we heard the first gunshots.
And you saw people being shot in front of you.
We were running in a certain direction for a while, and then suddenly we saw people who I assume left a little bit before us running in our direction. And we saw them fall and get shot at. And you then realize, you think that you're running away from terrorists, but you're also running towards other terrorists. That's when you kind of realize they're coming from multiple directions, and they're closing in on you.
Did you think you would live in that moment?
I was very disassociated at that time, so much so to the point I was having kind of an out-of-body experience. And everything felt kind of like a video game.
If your friends hadn't grabbed you and shook you,
I probably wouldn't be here today.
And you walked for 4 hours, or ran, I should say, ran
on and off for 4 hours, yeah.
And then someone came in a truck to try and save your life.
An incredible man. It took me months to find his name. He
was just a stranger to you.
He was a stranger to all of us, and he came and he yelled at us to get in the back of his truck. And originally when we saw this truck, we thought it was a terrorist coming to kill us, because the Hamas terrorists were known at the time to be driving these kind of pickup trucks. And he came and he yelled at all of us to get in the back of the truck, and he drove us to his hometown. And as soon as he dropped us off, he turned right back around and went to save more people.
What you said to me before this interview started was that you wanted to put your face out there to remind people of the horrors. Share with our viewers more of what you were saying about that.
When I hear people say very hateful things about October 7th, saying that we deserved it, saying that it was a resistance, I think it's very easy to say that when you're thinking of just a statistic. When you hear that this many people were killed or raped. And my hope was that if I show them my face, if I show them that I could have been your daughter, your cousin, your friend, that maybe it would make them feel some type of emotion, that maybe it will make them realize I didn't deserve that. As someone who's not only a survivor of October 7th, I'm also an American Jew who's born to Israeli and Iranian parents. I think a lot of people don't realize something that most Iranians realize is that we have the same enemy. Hamas is a proxy of the Islamic regime of Iran, and the most hateful comments I get are usually from Americans who seem to not understand what this war is really about. But the most loving messages I get, the messages to tell me to keep going, to keep speaking out, is from the Iranian people, because they know that I'm speaking out not only on behalf of the survivors, not only on behalf of Israel, but I'm speaking out on their behalf as well. And
Natalie, I noticed that when you were recounting the horrors of October 7th and being shot at, you were able to do it without it, almost with no emotion.
Yeah.
But as you were talking about some of the hateful messages that you've received since then, your voice got caught. It seems like in some ways that's a wound that is still very raw for you.
I think that it hurts even more for me because it's as if the world is throwing salt on my open wounds. You know, like speaking about October 7th, I started speaking out so soon after, and I was still so disassociated. And the fact that I repeated my story over and over again really helped heal that trauma. And when I tell my story, I can do it with more ease because I survived, because I was one of the lucky ones. But for people to send me messages and say that those that were killed and those that were raped deserved it, that hurts me much more.